we're picking up a laundry list of different missions of people to meet up with and collect, including a couple that are basically from DLC, which I will be doing at different stages in the game, and ignoring until they become relevant. We have 2 points we could put into something, but I'm gonna leave them for now. There's Kasumi Goto, our master thief and hacker. Completely off the grid, no criminal record. We'll get her at the Citadel. Zaid Masani, the mercenary and bounty hunter, on Omega. We'll have a word with the council eventually. Let's see. Dr. Morden Solus, that we need for that countermeasure. He's on Omega. Okir is on Corliss. Archangel, small unit tactical expertise. Omni-tool expert and noted sniper. Mercenary commander, noted for high-profile attacks on gang leaders on Omega. We'll find him on Omega. A convict named Jack on Purgatory with exceptional biotic abilities. So, we have 3 people to pick up on Omega, so that's where we'll be heading first. Now we have a bunch of messages. From Anderson. On the off chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put me on the council and it's only fair you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Shepard, we've reached an agreement with veteran mercenary Zaid Masani. You may know the name. Zaid has been involved in some of the best known and some utterly unknown military operations in the Terminus systems, and is feared as a ruthless and relentless bounty hunter. I felt you might need a man with his skills on your mission, so I arranged to have him join you. You will find him on Omega, where he's wrapping up his current bounty. Don't worry about his fee. I've taken care of that personally. Lost contact with survey ship. Commander, the MSV Rosalie, a survey ship with Cerberus connections, has gone missing. The survey team was field testing a new prototype, the Hammerhead planet-side exploration rover. In addition, scientists Dr. Manuel Case and Dr. Robert O'Loy are aboard the MSV Rosalie and conducting research for us. We need you to find the ship, her survey team, and the doctors. The MSV Rosalie was last seen near planet Zeona, Asta Ismar frontier. Okay, we'll get to it eventually. From Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, our scans in the Amada system have turned up something we thought you should see. The final location of the wreckage of the SSV Normandy. I thought this news might be important to you, but we also have an ulterior motive. Of course you do. The Alliance would like to honor the Normandy with a monument to be built on the site of the ship's final resting place. I'd like to invite you to place the monument and be the first to walk on the site. There are still 20 crew members unaccounted for from the attack on the Normandy. If you find any signs of these lost crewmen, we ask that you report to the Alliance so that those heroes' families might find some closure. Godspeed to you, Commander. Yes, we're certainly doing that, and we'll be heading there to check out the crash site at some point, but I'm not in a huge hurry to do that, honestly. Shepard, Our armor technicians heard you were back in action and insisted you should be appropriately equipped. I put together a package that I had delivered to the Normandy. You'll find it in your personal quarters. Fortunately, we know your size. I'd rather wish you didn't, actually, and that's kind of creepy, to be honest. Shepard, our armor technicians found a high-performance suit for you that was manufactured in the Terminus systems. That is to say, it isn't exactly legal in Citadel space. It's been delivered to your quarters so you can try it on. Hope you like the color. Shepard, our researchers have been working with captured collector technology for some time now. They developed an experimental armor suit in your size and an assault rifle that the techs say should take a standard thermal clip. I had the items delivered to the Normandy's armory. Good hunting. Umbra visor, night vision device delivered to the Normandy. May not want to show your face, blah 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 blah. Don't care about that. Sentry interface visor. I'll probably be using this one rather a lot because I think it fits our playstyle a bit. And just because it looks cool. Our software experts looked over your loadout telemetry and had a recommendation. A visor with onboard processors that manages your armor's shield strength. I sent the visor to the Normandy. It will be in your quarters. Inferno armor. It's been well received by our squad leaders in the Verge, so I'm passing a suit along to you. It should be aboard the Normandy by now. Check your quarters, and you've got a free moment. Incisor sniper rifle. We don't use a sniper rifle, so this doesn't matter to us. Blood dragon armor. Don't care. I'm not going to read this one yet because it's for a DLC and I want to avoid that for now. Arc projector. We recently had an incident involving the Geth at one of our outposts in the Skillian Verge. Don't worry, I'm not sending you off to chase anything down. Our operatives waged a highly successful battle against a Geth scouting party and credited their success to a new advanced electrical attack device, and we finally let them take out of the lab. Since their unit is being reassigned for some rest and relaxation, I thought you should take custody of the weapon in the meantime. It's called an arc projector. I sent it to the Normandy's armory so you can examine it for yourself and use it if you deem it worthy. It's gone through plenty of tests that indicate it overloads kinetic barriers and synthetic enemies particularly well. Laboratory demonstrations are a poor substitute for actual field reports. We know it works, now we want to see what it can do in the right hands. If all goes well, I'll use your tactics to train other operatives. Then maybe I won't use it because it would help Cerberus if I did. Let's see here. Matic heavy rifle. And I'm just going to skip over the rest of these because I'm just the elusive man giving some flavor text and saying, hey, we sent you some gear. Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. Shepard, at great cost and effort, we have tracked down the master thief Kasumi Goto and convinced her to work with you. Very few people have ever heard of her, and fewer can claim to have seen her in person. She is unequaled at stealth and infiltration, and her skills will prove invaluable in your mission. Travel to the Alchera ward on the Citadel. There you will find a special ad terminal that differs from the usual. Input the password, silence is golden, to begin the rendezvous. And this Overlord one I will read at a later date, when we decide we're actually going to do it. And now... I'm going to save the game. And we're going to take the opportunity to go through all the codex entries and see if there are any that need to actually be read due to being new. These are all ones that were in the last game. Wait a sec. These Prothean ones. Yeah, most of these are going to be things we don't need to know about yet. Cerberus Project Overlord. Planet Ite. 2 beautiful moons, 1 spectacular ring, 0 neighbors, says a popular advertisement for this Terminus Systems world. Ite is known for its sparsely settled population, despite being a garden world planet with a colony nearly a century old. Blessed with a mild climate, wildlife no more dangerous than that on Earth, and soil and bacteria amenable to imported plants, it would appear to be an unexplored paradise, unexploited even, paradise. However, it is unpopular for 2 reasons. The first and most obvious is that its moon, Litai, is in an unstable orbit that will lead to a planetary impact and an extinction-level event within the next 2 centuries. As such, all investment in the planet is short-term, and the biggest business is selling off the local biota to the highest bidder. Second drawback is the level of violence on the planet. Like the rest of the Phoenix massing cluster, Ite was briefly considered part of Citadel space during its first wave of colonization. However, when the planet broke off to become an independent planet in 2133, the Council let the doomed planet go with less than a day of debate. Free from any real governing body, Ite's history has been filled with wars between small frontier town city-states over its resources. The result is a dangerous world where the average citizen is expected to be self-reliant to the point of fending for themselves against cutthroat corporations, strong armed militia groups, and even Geth incursions. The fighting is so frequent that the name of the planet itself has changed more than 11 times. In a sign of blunt indifference, standard Citadel Galaxy maps refer to the world by the name given to it by human colonists in the latter half of the century. Yes, you can tell people really care about that planet. A lot. A lot of those I don't really care to read, but I will go over the Citadel conventions. These diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions, as a response to the destruction of the conflict and an attempt to distance the Council from the brutal Krogan warfare. The conventions regulate the use of weapons of mass destruction. A WMD causes environmental alteration to a world. A bomb that produces a crater is not considered a WMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter is. Use of WMDs is forbidden on garden worlds like Earth with ecospheres that can readily support a population. If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. The conventions do not forbid the use of WMDs on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. The conventions grade weapons of mass destruction into tiers of concern. Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace, and Tier 1 is large kinetic impactors such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations, effectively free and available in any system in the form debris left over from planetary accretion. Kinetic impactors are the weapons of choice for terrorists and third galaxy nations. Tier 2. Uncontrollable self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology, viral or bacteriological organisms, von Neumann devices, and destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them onto another world. Let's see. Tier 3. Large energy burst weapons such as nuclear or antimatter warheads. Tier 4. Alien species deliberately introduced to crowd out native forms necessary for the health of an ecosystem. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. Okay. Earth. I don't think we read the one about Earth in the first game. The homeworld and capital of humanity is entering a new golden age. The resource wealth of a dozen settled colonies and 100 industrial outposts flows back to Earth, fueling great works of industry, commerce, and art. The great cities are greening as arcology skyscrapers and telecommuting allow more efficient use of land. Earth is still divided among nation-states, though all are affiliated beneath the overarching banner of the Systems Alliance. While every human enjoys a longer and better life than ever, the gap between rich and poor widens daily. Advanced nations have eliminated most genetic disease and pollution. Less fortunate regions have not progressed beyond 20th century technology and are often smog-choked, overpopulated slums. Sea levels have risen 2 meters in the last 200 years, and violent weather is common due to environmental damage inflicted during the late 21st century. The past few decades, however, have seen significant improvements due to recent technological advances. None of these are things I particularly care about, but I will read over the timeline just so everyone has a decent idea. Again, 2069, Armstrong Outpost at Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna, formally founded on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. 2103, Lowell City in Eos Chasma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. 2137, Eltfell Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. Construction of Gargarin Station begins beyond the orbit of Pluto, 2142. 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins at Promethei Planum on Mars. 2149, translation of the Prothean data links humans to the Charon mass relay. Systems Alliance founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. 2151. A shipping accident at Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust-form elemental zero. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. 2152. Roughly 30% of children born in Singapore after element zero exposure suffer from cancerous growth. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. 2154, Commander Shepard is born. 2155, the Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as a headquarters. 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic abilities. 2157, Turians encounter human explorers, First Contact War, occupation and liberation of the colony of Shanxi. 2158, humans learn potential of biotics, an international effort to track element zero exposures begins. 10% of exposed children show some sign of biotic abilities. 2160, Systems Alliance Parliament formed. 2165, humans establish embassy on Citadel. 2170. Batarian slavers attack the Alliance colony of Mindwar. 2176. During the Skillian Blitz, pirates and slavers attacked Elysium, the human capital in the Skillian Verge. 2177. Thresher Maws devoured the Alliance colony of Akuz. 2178. In retaliation for the Skillian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfin, and Shepard gets her entire squad killed helping them. 2183. Geth, led by Rogue Spectre, Sarian Arturius, attack the Citadel, ensuing in a battle that costs thousands of lives. A few weeks later, the SSV Normandy is ambushed and destroyed. Commander Shepard is presumed dead. And it is now 2185. Don't care about those. These are all things that we'd either skimmed or read in the previous Let's Play of Mass Effect 1, so I won't bother with them. I'll go over to Primary, and if in any of these there's something that we haven't seen before, I will go for it.
The Asari were the first rough...
None of those matter.
50... In the early 20...
I'll do
A
Reapers.
myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars. Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures.
Okay, then.
The Citadel is... Spectres are agents...
Those don't matter.
A political economic pact for collective colonial security.
Rise of the Alliance is a
central
new one,
galactic
so we get to hear
institution of
this.
Human society. The Alliance gained associate membership to the Citadel Council in 2165, and full membership in 2183, with Ambassador David Anderson representing humanity. Human political-economic relationships vary between combative and lucrative. The Turians, who'd fought humans during the 2157 First Contact War, have become valuable trade partners, despite residual social hostility. Other relationships are even more complicated. The rapid rise of human political influence on the Council, achieving in decades what others waited or are still waiting centuries to acquire, has galvanized suspicion and resentment against humanity. That negativity is vastly outweighed by the respect and trust humanity earned by saving the Council during the 2183 attack on the Citadel, at the cost of Alliance cruisers Cairo, Cape Town, Emden, Jakarta, Madrid, Seoul, Shenyang, and Warsaw, and their 2,400 crew.
Immediately following the First Contact War, an anonymous extranet manifesto warned that an alien attempt at human genocide was inevitable. The manifesto called for an army, a Cerberus, to guard against invasion through the Charon Relay. Derided as survivalist rhetoric written by an elusive man, the manifesto and its anonymous author soon fell off the media radar. But in 2165, terrorists stole antimatter from the SSV Geneva. The sole figure arrested named his sponsor Cerberus. Throughout the 2160s and 2170s, alleged Cerberus agents assassinated politicians, sabotaged starships bearing Ezo, and conducted nightmarish experiments on aliens and humans. Denounced as human supremacist, Cerberus calls itself human survivalist. Counter-terror experts speculate Cerberus may have changed leadership with its recent shift to stockpiling ships, agents, and weapons. Whether he, she, or they, the elusive man hides his finances hidden behind shell companies. Few doubt he will kill anyone attempting to expose him.
Yep, Cerberus are a bunch of terrorist bastards. As we already knew, probably.
The reclusive tycoon calling himself the elusive man is a human nationalist focused on advancing human interests, whatever the cost to non-humans. The Citadel Council regards him as a fanatic, posing a serious threat to galactic security. A mysterious maverick, to say the least, the elusive man heads the Cerberus network. Dubbed the Elusive Empire by investigators, Cerberus is an allegedly untraceable syndicate of private intelligence agencies, biotics laboratories, engineering and scientific research teams, and lucrative front companies. Branded a terrorist and seditionist organization by authorities, Cerberus is the only human power base other than the Terra Firma Party, strong enough to embarrass, if not threaten, the Council and its human representatives. Freedom's Progress colony was once a typical Alliance settlement, but following complete communications blackout and its apparent destruction, is now a lightning rod for anxiety and dread in the galactic human community. The communications blackout followed an upgrade of the colony's small military force, supplemented by mechs and security drones, with high-powered, tower-mounted Guardian lasers. Colonists complained about construction cost overruns, delays, noise, and damage to the local environment. They also feared the defense array could be seen as provocative to their world's neighbors. Such fears may not have been baseless. Authorities have still offered no explanation for the communications blackout, fueling rumors of plagues, natural disasters, or a cult-inspired mass suicide. Located in strategically insignificant space, Freedom's Progress colony had once offered residents spectacular rainbows, lush marshlands, and stunning mountain ranges. Its potential as an agricultural settlement and tourism wonderland rivaled that of any Alliance colony. The Systems Alliance space vehicle Normandy is a prototype starship. With elaborate secrecy, Cerberus labored for years to build a new, superior Normandy. The vehicle's many alterations produced a craft nearly double the original size, requiring an even larger Tantalus drive core to compensate. The new Normandy features greater space in living quarters, research laboratory, observation deck, and cargo bay. Its shuttle can make landings the Normandy cannot attempt. In addition to tight beam communicators, Normandy's Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC, provides instantaneous contact with the elusive man. The Enhanced Defense Intelligence AI coordinates many of the ship's combat functions, assisting and even supplanting human piloting. Potential upgrades are numerous. The airframe could support additional armor and an axial mass accelerator. The thrusters could support recent advances in fuel technology beyond H2O2 chemical rockets. And the hull can mount double the standard number of kinetic barrier projectors, leaving space for stronger shields, easily sustainable via the new EZO drive core.
And yeah, those upgrades they mention are ones we're going to get to do during this game. I will say no more, however, for that will be spoilers. And we all know how I feel about spoilers.
Biotics, Omni, Medigel,
And that is all that we're going to do there, as far as listening to and reading those. And I think this is where we're going to end this particular recording session. So, this has been DarkPhoenix Gaming, and you've been watching my Mass Effect 2 Let's Play, The Wolf's Vengeance. I hope you'll join me next time for when we continue on with Mass Effect 2 and Melinda Shepard. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed this, then please leave a like, share this video with anyone else you think might also enjoy it. Comment down below if you have any suggestions, and subscribe to see more like this. So long for now, folks. So long for now.